Hey and welcome back to the channel, or if it's your first time being here, welcome. I'm the Smiler, an achievement hunter, and in today's video we're going to be taking on all 40 of the achievements for Destroy All Humans. This game was selected by our randomizer and was originally released back in 2005, and I do remember seeing it in the Argos catalogue and always wanting to play it, but never actually got around to picking it up. But with THQ remastering the game back in 2020, it did get added to our list of games that we're eventually going to complete. So today we're jumping into this world, ready to destroy the human race as we take control of our Furon warrior Crypto 137 as we invade a fictional 1950s themed America with Pox by our side to rescue a captured Furon soldier Crypto 136. It is discovered that the reason Crypto 136 was even on Earth is that the Furons are facing extinction due to genetic decline due to the fact that the Furons only breed by creating a clone of themselves, and luckily the human's DNA can be used within this process if extracted correctly. With an estimated time of completion of around 15 hours and a difficulty rating of 4 out of 10 from most guides, we look at the ways we need to go in order to unlock these achievements. So how do we do so? Well, we break it down into 3 steps. The first step, as always, is to play through the game blindly without any use of a guide, just experience what this game has to offer in its most natural form, and that is to beat the story mode fully. The second step is to replay the story, picking up any miscellaneous achievements and to complete any missed side missions that we may have not completed in step 1. And finally, step 3, which is the hardest part of this completion, is to complete all of the challenges that we unlock at a 3-star rating, but more on this later. Before we jump into this game, if you do enjoy this video, please leave a like or consider subscribing and turn on those notifications to not miss any more of our hunt for achievement. So, step 1, completing the game. So the story begins and we can see that Crypto 136 has been captured by the army in the first cutscene, and then when we get control of our character Crypto 137, we land on Turnip Sea Farm where we get our first achievement. First achievement unlocked. This section is basically the tutorial section. The first task that we are given is to crypto scan the cows in the paddock, and wouldn't you guess it, the minds of the cows, they only say moo. But we continue with our invasion, speaking to the cows, expecting them to be the main life force on Earth, and instead, one of them poops. Moving on with the tutorial section, we've taught the controls of one of our powers, psychokinesis, to levitate the cows, and this is where we're given one of our first optional objectives for the mission. These are given in each mission, and we do our best in this playthrough to complete as many as possible, resulting in the second step taking less time to complete. The first one we complete is to drown a cow in the lake, and this was easily completed by using the ability to lift the cow and to fire him into the lake for him to drown. With all this commotion, the farmer appears and sees us and starts to attack us. We make fast work of the farmer and extract the Furon DNA from the farmer's brain, and then the farmer's wife comes out to see us and alerts more people who start to head our way. Am I even green?
I am not green.
We learn about our shields and that we cannot touch water in this game without taking damage. We are then attacked by the farmers and we gain our second achievement for killing another human with a human. What achievement unlocked? Use PK to destroy a human with another human. Once all the farmers have been destroyed, the police arrive and they notice our ship in the bushes. We kill these officers along with the farmer's wife, but without completing the optional objective, and this is one that we'll need to come back to later. We now take control of our ship and destroy all the buildings on the farm, and the army appear, which is an extremely fast response time in my opinion. But after dealing with the military forces, the first mission is complete. Back at the main menu, we can upgrade Crypto or the ship. We choose a ship with the limited resources we have at this time, getting us this achievement and a Pox on your saucer too. Upgrade your saucer at the Pox's lab. On to the second mission and another achievement for invading Rockwell. Oh, achievement unlocked again. Invade Rockwell. We ambush a fair that the humans are holding, and we learn how we can take a human's disguise using the holobob, and we take the disguise of this human who is up to no good. I mean, if you don't know, I won't explain what he was watching in that car. But with our new disguise, we enter the fair, reading the minds of all the humans until we find Miss Rockwell, and we scan her mind, ready to take her back to the ship by implementing a command in her brain to follow us. We did attempt to complete the side mission here, which is to holobob the mayor and use the mayor to take Miss Rockwell back to our ship. But being a noob at the game, we did it in the open and were spotted, so we just continue without this objective, another one that we'll have to come back for. Moving forward, Miss Rockwell is abducted and we jump back in control of our ship and getting 2 achievements. First for throwing something with the abductor beam, and the second for abducting a cow. Achievement unlocked again. I got 2 achievements. And the final achievement we get for this section is destroying multiple humans with a human-made explosion. Then we destroy the rest of the fair for this mission to be completed. Back in the main menus, we get another couple of miscellaneous achievements here. The first one being for changing Crypto's skin. Oh, achievement unlocked. And then the second one for upgrading Crypto himself. Upgrade Crypto at Pox's lab in the mothership. We do skip forward a few missions now until we enter the next section of the world. Well, I mean USA, but that being Santa Modesta, where we get another achievement for invading this section of the map. The missions do tend to follow the same structure of landing into an area, usually taking over an unsuspecting victim and reading minds before destroying everything in sight, and then moving on to the next mission. But the next achievement we get is accidental. When we're moving through one of the levels, we miss a jump and land on one of the Furon probes, unlocking this achievement. Recover a Furon Furon probe. Then it's a quick fire round of getting a few achievements back to back. First, we get access to the anal probe that we can use to refill our shields, and doing so for the first time unlocks this achievement. The second achievement is for using another power that we unlock, and that is to change objects into ammo with the help of transmogrification. And for the first time we do this, we unlock this achievement. After a few more missions collecting enough resources, we have enough to fully upgrade one of our weapons, unlocking this achievement. Well, there we go, fully upgrade one of the branches. But moving on in the story, we discovered that the government and scientists are actually selling ice cream to try and make the population extremely paranoid, and this starts to work. We take control of another human and look to find all the scientists ready to have their brains read by us so we could discover their plan. We worry that with everyone being paranoid, it will make our invasion increasingly harder. We board our saucer and, true to form, destroy all the buildings harbouring the drugged ice cream. The army attacks us and we unlock another ability that we can use, the repulsatron, to destroy a rocket before it hits us, and we unlock this achievement. Later on in the game we get the ability to dash, which we can dodge another rocket for another achievement. Evade a rocket by dashing, achievement unlocked, whee! But we destroy all ice cream vans, all army assets, and Pox thinks this is time we uncover the full extent of Majestic's plan by abducting one of the Majestic agents. Implementing the command in one of the agents, we learn them back to the ship for interrogation. During this interrogation, we learn about the commands coming from the one in goggles, and we decide to ambush a drive-in cinema to play some of our own propaganda. But we are ambushed and we need to protect the projector from all the agents and cops. We succeed, and after this, we want to send out another broadcast using the radio towers. Once a message is being sent out, we need to protect both towers. Here we see some of the weapons that Majestic Corp are willing to use against us, with tanks and these massive robots. After struggling here for a while, we managed to fend off the attackers and complete the mission, therefore moving on with the story. Invading the next section of Earth, Area 42, an army base that is holding secrets, and maybe we are finally able to rescue Crypto 136. When we first invaded in this area, we unlocked this achievement. Another achievement, invade Area 42. After finding and rescuing the Furon equipment, which is scattered throughout this base, we go deeper, entering the Majestic base, where we find the crash ship of Crypto 316. We destroy the rest so that the humans cannot experiment on our equipment further, and we decide to enter the labs again, destroying all of their equipment, when we are met by a mutant, which we easily dispatch. These are strong and Majestic agents, and we'll start to see a lot more of them. Well, we destroy a few more bits of human equipment before returning to the saucer and destroying all the buildings within the base. A few missions forward now, and we need to destroy the Air Force once and for all. This is an escort mission, which is everyone's favourite, but this one isn't that bad. We need to escort the nuclear device to the base, ready to be blown up. We've got to clear a path from all the attackers, the radioactive cows, and also the mines. But once in the base, we activate the nuke, and we need to stop any scientists trying to defuse the bomb on the airfield. Once enough time has passed and we evacuate back to our ship, we leave the Air Force ready to be blown up by the nuke, which upsets the army and Majestic, obviously. Moving into one of the final sections of the map, we're moving to Capital City, where we get our next achievement for landing for the first time. We take down a few more missions, finding out that the army and Majestic are working together before we ambush them in a meeting with all the other special forces, turning them against the army one by one. Once everyone's been turned against the army, the general notices we're not who we're supposed to be, and we have our first boss fight here, taking on Arnquist in a mech suit. After destroying Robot Arnquist, we get this achievement, and possibly a slight overkill of how we dispatch Arnquist.
I guess, at the end of the day, we really are all just human beings.
Psych.
But we move on to the next missions, where we discover that the president can control another robo-mech with his brain, but this time we are in the ship. After this battle, we take down the president, thinking we complete the story, unlocking this achievement. Destroy the pathetic human attempt at robot overlord. Achievement unlocked. And we face off against Silhouette, the Majestic leader, in the final boss fight, where once you get used to the fight, it's pretty easy just to hide and recover health. Upon defeating Silhouette, we get this achievement. Yes! Destroy humanity's last hope. The glory of the Furon Empire. And we learn that the invasion of Earth is not complete.
I can't believe you actually beat me.
They never do. You know, you don't look so hot.
Majestic will never give up the struggle to resist you alien freaks.
Struggle's over, babe. Furon's won, humans zipperoonie.
You think you won? You think America is the only human civilization on Earth?
That's what all the Americans seem to think. At least the ones I scanned.
and Crypto takes place as the president and continues to give speeches controlling the human race. Well, America. But with that, that's step 1 complete, and now on to step 2, which is to complete the side missions and the rest of the miscellaneous achievement. We get our first for revisiting a mission from our mothership's Holopox deck, basically the main menu options.
Revisit a mission? I've done that by accident. Can't complain.
And not long after that, we get our next achievements, first for juggling a human in the air.
There we go. Another achievement unlocked. Throw a human into there and juggle him.
The second is for accelerating the extraction of the Furon DNA, which is one that you should have picked up during step 1, but just keep mashing X when using the brain extraction for this one. But the main reason to replay these missions is to complete the side missions, and the first one that we miss is to kill the farmer's wife with a chicken. We pick up the chicken and bash her with it twice. To have the side missions count, we also do need to finish the rest of the mission. But the next miscellaneous achievement is for replenishing our shields in a ship by draining a vehicle using the abductor beam. Moving through these missions, completing the side missions as we go. We also got the achievements for flying through a donut without touching the sides.
There we go. Even unlocked.
Throwing a human into the ocean while stood next to a sign warning of shark.
Spacemen! Out of
Way! Done it.
And finally, the last miscellaneous achievement we get in this section is by setting something on fire and killing a human with it.
There we go.
Upon the final side mission that we had left to complete, we unlocked this achievement.
Complete all the optional mission objectives.
And that's step 2 completed. Quick and easy, ready to go. And now we move on to the final step, which is to complete all of the challenges. There are 4 challenges per section of America that we need to complete. A race, an abduction challenge, a rampage challenge, and an Armageddon challenge. We need to get 3 stars in all of these challenges for the final Ace of Space achievement. Having Crypto on the ship fully upgraded at this point is a big help to push for all those 3 stars. We also get an achievement for completing each challenge type at 3 stars for the first time. When landing back on a missionless area to complete the challenges, we first get this achievement.
It's challenge with a 3-star rating and revisit missionless site and complete a challenge.
And then we move forward to the main part of this, which is the challenges. This is by far the hardest part in the game. Some of them are pretty easy, but when you get into the late stages, they do become a little bit more of a challenge. But the races are pretty self-explanatory. It's a race. Well, a chase in this game. We need to follow a Furon probe that is leaking data. The quicker that we pick up the data, the more points we receive, and the more points we get tells how many stars we receive. It's made easier by using Crypto's skate ability and having it maxed out. With this ability, it's pretty easy to follow the Furon probe, and after a few attempts, the races were complete. The only one that gave us any issues being the last race is you need to be almost perfect to complete this one. The Furon probe does jump up and down and go from building to building, so you need to be quick and perfect. The abduction challenges are exactly that. We're given a task to abduct a certain item or living creature, all whilst Pox sends down the abductor beam. We just have to pick everything up and fire it into the abductor beam. We just have to collect exactly what he is asking for, and we gain more points if the certain criteria is matched. For example, in one of the missions, we gain more points if the humans are alive, or in another, if we send up bigger objects. These can be quite difficult, especially with the bigger objects one, as these take longer to pick up and collect, so it's actually better to ignore the more points criteria and just pick up smaller objects more often. The rampage challenges are basically just a murder spree, just kill and destroy everything in sight, well, at least for the first few challenges. As the later challenges, we again need to meet a certain criteria to gain more points. For example, in one of the later challenges, it's better to kill all the agents only using the anal probe, just to meet that criteria so you can get 3 stars. Finally, now we're on to the last of the challenges, which is the Armageddon challenges. You're in control of the ship and you destroy as much as possible, trying to cause as much damage and monetary value as possible you can to the humans by destroying buildings, cars and majestic equipment. The best way to do this is to use these marked vehicles for cash, pick them up and destroy these for an extra bonus. And once all challenges have a 3-star rating, that will be the final achievement unlocked.
All achievements unlocked for Destroy All Humans. Another game finished,
meaning that we have 40 out of 40 achievements completed for this game, without completion time being 10 hours, beating the guide estimate by a fairly big margin. As it was my first time playing this remastered game from 2005 in 2023, I do have to say I really enjoyed it. The missions do get a little bit repetitive, but with the side missions and the challenges, it does give a little bit more depth to the gameplay, and overall I would recommend it to anyone that wants a chilled out completion that's not going to take too long to complete. But if you do have a game that you want me to tackle next in our hunt for achievements, drop your suggestions in the comments below or over on Twitch when I'm live, and we'll add it to our ever-expanding list of suggestions. Before you go, make sure to smash that like button if you found this achievement hunting adventure as thrilling as I did, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications to join our ever-growing community of fellow hunters. But for now, this is the Smiley signing off, and I'll catch you in the next one.